Seth came back, hit him with the curb stomp, and that's our new world champion.
Was not expecting that at all.
52 fake out, Kansas City shuffle. I applaud.
What do you expect from a 47-year-old man fighting in hot-ass New York outdoors against the ring general?
Gunther was there like, I'm like, do it again. Yes, yes, yes.
Let's start with night one's main event. CM Punk versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. I called it. I said if this match is going on last, Punk's winning the title, especially if they wanted to do some type of cash-in or some type of shock and all. That's exactly what they did. Seth came back on crutches, threw him away, cashed in on CM Punk, beat him down with the briefcase, hit him with the curb stomp, and that's our new world champion.
Crazy.
What are your thoughts on the CM Punk versus Gunther match? The first match, but probably not the last.
Beautiful match. Both put their work in. Shout out to CM Punk for keeping up with Gunther, man, because we all know Gunther is a beast. But I just knew CM is not going out clean. It's definitely going to be some kind of shenanigans. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I just knew it was going to be something crazy. But I definitely thought Gunther was going to win. But man, when CM won, I like jumped out of my couch. I was like, yes, yes, yes. Very exciting match. I definitely liked it. The twist at the end was just the cherry on top. Was not expecting that shit at all.
We talked about this weeks ago because you believe that Seth was really hurt.
Is he really hurt? I kept saying that during the show or whatever. Then when he came out, I said, there's no way that Seth just gonna come out and just talk some shit. Something is up. Then when he turned around and paused, I said, oh, shit.
Yeah, I did like that dramatic pause.
Me too.
You're just coming out here to do a little tease.
Well, I knew it wasn't just that, bro. I was like, something is up. And then when he turned around, I was like, oh, man. Beautiful, man. Yeah, beautiful.
Weeks ago when Gunther first got pushed down by Punk, before they even made it official, I was like, yo, that's the perfect setup right there for Seth Rollins to come in and cash in to ruin CM Punk's biggest moment, which is exactly what he did. Seth might have really been hurt, but we didn't know to what degree. It could have been just an owie. I need to be on the shelf for maybe a month, but I got enough pep in my step to come at least do a curb stomp without hurting myself. Although they're positioning it as the ruse of the century or whatever. We'll get more insight into that later on tonight on Raw. Either way, though, I think they executed it perfectly. Now,
beautifully.
Was that a waste of a Saturday night's main event match? That's up for debate. There's a lot of things to unpack there, but ultimately they did what we pretty much thought they were going to do, and they gave us enough of a smoke screen to make us think that possibly it wasn't going to happen. But it did happen, and it made sense. What grade would you give CM Punk versus Gunther?
A+.
Are you including the angle or just going by the match?
The full thing, everything together, A+. And I was at the edge of my seat. When Punk hit that go to sleep, and Gunther was there like, I'm like, do it again, do it again. And then he did it again. I was like, hell yes, he's about to do it. And then he won. I jumped up out of the couch.
With that GTS spot at the end, that was pretty dope. I like the way they did that. All right, Madison J, let me get your thoughts on CM Punk versus Gunther.
Definitely great matchup. Exceeded my expectations. Shout out to Punk. This run in WWE, he's won me over. 47 years old, being able to run with Gunther.
Yeah.
There is a beast. Just the story that these two were able to tell, very dope. I give it an A+. With the angle, I give it an A because I was shocked because I thought the kid was really hurt. VSOP, you said something that could be very interesting. He could be hurt, but just enough. Because Seth is that type of guy. Like, I can work it, on 75, 65%, and still do what I need to do. It's his willingness to sacrifice, if that is what it is. If he did 52 fake out, Kansas City shuffle, I applaud. I think it brings so many different dynamics because how does Gunther feel? How does Punk feel? Rollins moving forward. Also, Braun Breaker, how's this going moving forward? Because it almost seemed like he was being pushed as kind of like next guy up since Seth is out. Not necessarily in the company, but just in that pecking order of that group, and that faction. Somewhere down the line, are him and Seth gonna bump heads for that belt? And that's something that I know Braun has got his eyes set on at some point. But yeah, again, the match, A+. With the cashing in segment, I give that an A.
All right. Madison A, Gold A+. I'm going to give it an A as well. I thought the match was good. They told a good story in the ring. Punk being that old grizzled veteran, going against the Damager, the Destroyer, Gunther, hanging with him the entire time. I know some people wanted to criticize him being blown up, but what do you expect from a 47-year-old man fighting in the hot-ass New York outdoors against the ring general. He should be looking like he's battling for dear life. And and it looked like a battle, like being outside in the heat. Their hair is wet, they're exhausted. Right? You see some of those chops that Gunther was giving CM Punk, like it told a great story in the ring. I enjoyed the match. The crowd was hot. The GTS with him still standing and dazed just yelled, finish him, hit him with another one. They did their job perfectly.
Yes.
Shout out to Punk because he really genuinely looked overjoyed. Like that was a big deal for him.
Yes.
And I like the way that he sold it because I'm like, all right, mind you, I'm not thinking of Seth coming in to cash in. This is finally his big moment, returning to the company, getting the belt. Yo, like, I'm like, okay, cool. And then Seth comes out. I'm just thinking like it's going to set up for like, all right, obviously they're going to probably do something. Mind you, he's out on the crutches or whatever. So I'm like, cool. That's a dope little segue up until Raw. But that cash in, that's why I'm like, it was so dope. But yeah, shout out to Punk. I'm not gonna lie, definitely the MVP, winning me over because he's been putting in a lot of pain. I sometimes forget how old this guy is. Being able to pull out those matches, pull out that CM Punk thing, man, when he needs to. So shout out to Punk, man.
His face when that music came on, I felt like he was just like, I felt that like I was him. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
You survived Gunther, and here comes Seth. They did an excellent job. The story.
They did.
This feud, which is damn near 2 years now, still going. Like, I still want to see these two fight. I still want to see Seth get his revenge. Yeah. We were talking about Sammy and Karrion, like get this over with, get this shit out of here. Seth and CM Punk just has so many legs.
Timeless.
One of the best feuds of the year for sure. So A for me, A+ for Gold, and an A from Madison J. Let's move on to the next match. But before we do that, if you're still rocking with us, make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Hold on, because I'm going to do it again because I got the overlay in the damn way. If you're still rocking with us.
Overlay in the way. See what he did there?
There we go. So if you're still rocking with us, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Tell a friend to check us out. Dropping new videos every week, and we appreciate you being here with us on hip hop and wrestling. So let's move on to our next match.
Right now, you're checking out the SOP.
Hip hop and wrestling.